Blood is thicker than water. That is the sentence that keeps most people exposed. You were taught that family is your safest ground, the one place where secrets are protected and weaknesses are understood. It sounds comforting. It is also dangerously incomplete. Proximity does not create safety. Proximity creates leverage. The people who raised you know your patterns, your fears, your old insecurities, and the version of you that still doubts itself. No one has more historical data on you than your family, and data, in the wrong moment, becomes power. Machiavelli did not romanticize human nature. He observed it. He understood that loyalty is often conditional, and that even within bloodlines, incentives and emotions shape behavior. Family is not exempt from ambition, envy, control, or fear. There are 7 specific revelations you must never disclose to them. Share the wrong detail, and you shift the balance of power permanently. Once you understand these 7, you will never communicate the same way again. To understand this clearly, you must stop viewing family as pure emotion and start viewing it as structure. Every family operates as a system. Psychology calls it homeostasis. Roles are assigned early and reinforced over time. The responsible one, the rebellious one, the dependent one, the peacekeeper. The system survives by keeping those roles stable. When you evolve beyond your assigned position, the system feels threatened. Growth disrupts equilibrium. Independence looks like abandonment. Autonomy feels like disloyalty. And without conscious awareness, the system pushes back to restore balance. Machiavelli understood a simple power principle. Whoever controls information controls leverage. Concealment is not hostility, it is strategy. You are not attacking your family by withholding certain truths. You are protecting your trajectory. And the first thing you must protect is your blueprint for escape. The first thing you must never reveal is your exit strategy. Do not disclose the full scale of your ambition. Do not outline your financial growth trajectory. Do not announce relocation plans before they are irreversible. Your independence is not just a personal milestone, it is a disruption to the system. When you signal that you are preparing to outgrow your assigned role, the family equilibrium reacts. Not always with open hostility, but with subtle resistance disguised as care. Are you sure that's stable? That sounds risky. You're changing. Beneath the language of concern often lies fear, and sometimes envy. History offers a blueprint. Cosimo de' Medici accumulated immense influence and wealth, yet presented himself modestly. He understood that visible assent breeds resentment, especially among those who feel equal by blood. The principle is simple. Execute quietly, announce through results. Do not seek permission. Do not seek applause. By the time they understand the scale of your independence, you should already be beyond interference. The second thing you must never fully reveal is the map of your psychological wounds. Modern culture promotes a seductive idea that if you sit your family down and explain how you were hurt, everything will heal. That transparency will produce awakening. In reality, exposure often produces leverage. When you disclose your deepest fears, insecurities, or unresolved trauma, you are not just sharing pain. You are outlining your weakest structural points. During calm moments, this information may seem safe. During conflict, it becomes ammunition. Family systems are emotionally enmeshed. Old roles resurface quickly. Arguments revert to childhood dynamics. If you have confessed that you fear abandonment or struggle with inadequacy, watch how precisely those wounds are targeted when tension rises. The debate shifts from the issue to your vulnerability. Think of it as handing someone a detailed map of your fortress walls, with an X marking the softest brick. Adopt controlled communication. Offer context, not confession. It was a difficult week, but I handled it. That is enough. Give summary, never raw data. Emotional sovereignty requires strategic silence. The third thing you must never disclose is the inner conflict of your romantic relationship. When you vent about your partner's flaws to your family, you believe you are seeking comfort. What you are actually creating is permanent bias. You may forgive your partner after an argument. Your family will not forgive at the same speed. This is called triangulation. You pull a third party into a two-person conflict. The emotional heat cools between you and your partner, but the resentment remains in the third party. From that moment forward, your family sees your partner through the lens of that one complaint. Authority in adulthood is read through autonomy. When you outsource your relationship disputes to your parents or siblings, you signal that you cannot manage your own household. That weakens your position in both arenas. Build a firewall. On one side is blood. On the other is the partner you chose. Present unity externally. Resolve conflict privately. If you value peace over unnecessary conflict, this channel exists for that. The fourth thing you must never openly declare is your ideological rebellion. Whether it is religion, politics, or career philosophy, shifts in belief feel intellectual to you, but they feel personal to your family. When you announce that you no longer share the worldview you were raised in, they do not hear disagreement, they hear rejection. Belief systems are identity anchors. When you challenge them, you trigger ego defense. Conversations stop being rational and become emotional survival responses. The dinner table turns into a battlefield, and no one wins. You exhaust energy arguing against decades of conditioning, and nothing truly changes. Machiavellian strategy favors concealment over confrontation, when the confrontation yields no leverage. Strategic silence is not cowardice, it is efficiency.
Live your beliefs quietly. Execute your new path without announcing revolution. Let your results speak. You owe your family basic respect. You do not owe them intellectual conformity. Live differently. Do not debate endlessly.
The fifth thing you must never reveal is the full extent of your financial capacity. The moment surplus becomes visible, dynamics shift. Even without malicious intent, subconscious dependency begins forming. If they believe you have a deep reserve, risk tolerance changes. Responsibilities quietly migrate toward you. Money activates primitive instincts: security, status, survival. When your family knows you possess significant resources, ordinary problems start arriving at your door disguised as emergencies. This is where boundary psychology matters. A boulder is a genuine crisis that requires help. A knapsack is a normal adult responsibility. When surplus is visible, knapsacks are presented as boulders. Refusal then becomes guilt leverage. You are reminded of sacrifices made for you. Support is reframed as obligation. Emotional debt is invoked. Project-controlled struggle. Appear stable, not abundant. Wealth that is real does not announce itself. It protects itself. True financial sovereignty operates quietly, beyond the reach of expectation. The sixth thing you must never disclose is the calculated darkness of your past. Everyone carries regrets, compromises, and decisions made in ambition or survival. The urge to confess can feel cleansing, but family is not a neutral confessional. It is a permanent archive. Your relatives hold a fixed avatar of who you are, often an updated version of your younger self. When you confess a ruthless or morally complex act, that avatar fractures. You are no longer seen as evolving, you are recategorized. And reputation, once altered inside a family system, rarely resets. Machiavelli advised leaders to understand the power of appearance. Actions may be pragmatic, but presentation must remain stable. If you need to process past decisions, do so with professionals bound by confidentiality, not with those embedded in your social ecosystem. Protect your moral positioning. Let your family see you as disciplined and composed. Do not burden them with truths they cannot hold without changing how they see you permanently. The seventh thing you must never reveal is that you see the system clearly. As you grow, you begin noticing patterns. Guilt used as leverage, favoritism disguised as fairness, subtle manipulation framed as love. The temptation to expose it is strong. You want to sit everyone down and explain exactly how the dynamics operate. Do not. In dysfunctional systems, the one who points out the problem becomes the problem. Psychology calls this the identified patient. The moment you diagnose the structure out loud, the system defends itself. Expect gaslighting. Expect unity against you. Expect to be labeled dramatic, arrogant, or unstable. Confrontation removes your advantage. Awareness should sharpen you, not announce you. Play the underestimated position. Smile. Nod. Apply boundaries calmly and without explanation. Silent execution is more powerful than verbal accusation. Observation is leverage. Confrontation is noise. The one who sees quietly always outmaneuvers the one who speaks loudly. This approach is not hatred. It is perimeter control. You are not cutting your family off. You are regulating what enters and exits your inner world. Without boundaries, resentment grows. With boundaries, interaction becomes manageable. Emotional detachment prevents emotional explosions. When sensitive information is filtered, arguments lose intensity. Holidays become lighter. Conversations become surface level but peaceful. Diplomacy works best when borders are closed and clearly guarded. The paradox is simple. Concealment allows peace. When you stop demanding validation, understanding, or rescue, you stop being disappointed. They live within their worldview. You operate within yours. You do not need to convert them, and they do not need to control you. True maturity is not rebellion. It is silent sovereignty. They live in their world. You rule yours. If this perspective feels uncomfortable but accurate, it is because strategy often challenges sentimentality. This channel is for those who prefer clarity over comfort, structure over emotion, and sovereignty over approval. If that aligns with you, subscribe. Now ask yourself honestly, which of these 7 have you already revealed? Your ambition, your wounds, your finances, your awareness of the system. Reflection is not about guilt. It is about recalibration. You do not need to withdraw love. You need to refine access. Silent strength is not coldness. It is discipline. The most powerful position in any environment is the one who sees clearly, speaks carefully, and moves deliberately, without ever needing to announce their control.